What's one image that stands out to you when you think back to winning the Euros?
The final obviously was one of the biggest images of being able to stand there and take it in at the end of the game. You go from such elation to then obviously you know you've done it, and all that work and all that criticism and that energy that you've put into that moment, your dreams come true. And I think thinking back about that, I'd love to bottle that moment up. It would be pretty incredible to be able to obviously go and do that again, and that's a bottle number 2 that you'd love to have on the shelf.
You won the Golden Boot and were player of the tournament in the last Euros. How close do you think you are to reaching those same heights again?
I mean, I back myself, I back my team to be able to help me get to them levels again, and I think if we play the way that we are playing, I have no doubt that I can play to my best ability for this team in a Euros again. And I'm sure every girl within the squad also feels like that, and I think that's a good place for us to be in.
It's been a tough couple of years for you since the Euros, losing your mum and missing out on the World Cup due to the ACL injury. How difficult has that all been to deal with?
A lot of people obviously say, I can't believe how well you've dealt with it, but we deal with things in different ways. You know, I spoke to my mum a lot before she passed away, and she put a lot of her life into, you know, getting me to football sessions, giving up time. I've spoke before, she took 2 jobs to pay for petrol money for my dad to take me to training. So for me not to be able to put 100% into what I'm doing now, and her not being here, I think wouldn't be right, and I feel like I owe that to her. So that's one thing that she asked of me, is to just have fun and do what I do and enjoy it, and obviously my rest of my family get the love of watching me do it as well. So as much as I would love more than anything for her to be here and obviously come and watch me at another Euros, the memory again that I had of the last Euros and her to be able to witness that will be with me forever and throughout my football career and throughout my life.
When this summer's Euros comes around, will it be quite emotional for you?
I think so. I actually spoke to Ella Toon recently about it, because it's actually, now it's getting closer. It's my, like, in my head, it's my first tournament. If obviously selected, that she's not going to be here, and the same for Ella. Dad won't be here, but they are here. They're with us. They're within us. But it's not obviously a nice thought. You want them there. You want them creating their memories with you. But I know that, you know, me, Toonie, and any of the other girls. Obviously, there's a lot of other girls in the team as well. That I want to do it for the people that are here and not here.
People tend to learn the most about themselves through adversity. Would you agree with those comments? You must have learned a lot about yourself as a person and a player.
I think so. I think I was quite, you know, a cafe-hearted kid growing up. I got emotional over little things. I struggled to leave home. And now, you know, I lost my mum and I did my ACL within a few months of each other, which are probably the 2 hardest things that I've had to deal with, both in my career and my personal life. So there was no guidebook of me or a map of how to guide me through that, but I feel very lucky and fortunate. The people that I have around me, both at club, country, back home, friends, family, the support system that I have has been incredible, and I think they are the one who get kudos for keeping me within being me, and I don't think within any of that process I've changed, but I do think I've evolved.
How did Sarina help you throughout those tough times?
Sarina was incredible. Obviously, again, she lost a sister not long before then. She was one of the first people to reach out to me when she found out, and we have moments sometimes where we understand each other, and obviously not for the nicest reasons, but she completely understands and on the same wavelength sometimes. And you know, sometimes these moments catch up with you when you least expect them, but again, them moments are moments that you can reflect and remember them people too. But Sarina's been amazing throughout this process for me.
Sarina's won the last 2 Euros with the Netherlands and England. From a player's perspective, what makes her such a successful coach?
She's a winner. She's a player in the past. She's experienced, you know, wanting to win these trophies, and to have been able to do it twice is pretty incredible with 2 different teams. But you know, she can navigate us and the expectation and the levels that she can bring to the team and bring out of the team are what her biggest qualities are.
What's she like to be around on a day-to-day basis?
I mean, she's Dutch, so she can have her directness. I know a lot about that, but yeah, she's great. She's obviously unintentionally funny sometimes. I think a lot of us would say that. She sometimes doesn't mean to be, but very, very funny, very empathetic, always willing to have a laugh and a joke, but obviously when it comes down to it, it's to be in the zone and be very serious. But yeah, really nice manager and character to be around.
This England team are going to have a target on their back heading into the Euros. How are the squad dealing with that level of expectation?
I think, like you said, the expectation's there and we know that, and I think that's the best thing that we can do. Yes, we've got a target on our back, but you know, USA did it numerous times in a World Cup with targets on the back, and it's a sign of a good team. We've got to go there and turn up and put the performances in now.
And after everything you've been through after the last couple of years, how much would it mean to have a good tournament and then go on and win the Euros again this summer?
I mean, again, that's what dreams are made of. To be able to go and do that, play well, put some good football out on show and go and win it again is the ultimate goal, and hopefully it's a goal that we can achieve.
Do you feel as though you're getting back to your best?
I think so. I know we say it's not so easy coming back from such a big injury and getting back up to speed, but I feel like I'm getting into good momentum again and a good relationship and understanding in the team. So fingers crossed that can keep going in the right direction. Also with Arsenal, you're in great form. Arsenal through to the semi-finals of the Champions League. So a really exciting time for club and country for you. Yeah, and these are the games we want to be a part of. You know, you've got a semi-final of the Champions League to look forward to, an exciting end to the season. Obviously, we're pushing as a team. We've got a lot of belief for England as well, try to play in these matches and hopefully get to a Euros. So it's exciting few months ahead. Niamh Charles has just told me that you really help younger players come out of their shell. Do you see that as a really important part of your role with this England team? I think it's a role I've developed in time. I've always been, you know, tried to make people laugh, make people feel comfortable. I've always put myself in my shoes when I first came into teams and different environment. So it's always nice, I think, to make them girls feel comfortable when coming in. And I can be a big kid sometimes, so it always helps try to make the girls feel comfortable and have a joke and a laugh with them. Especially when we've got these youngsters that are performing, like Aki Beaver-Jones getting her first England goal and Jess Park shining as well. So it's really exciting to see these youngsters come through in this England team. So exciting, and we've all been there. We've had to do it at some point. I said to Aggie when she came on the other night, I need you to be in the box because I'm going to put the ball in there, and she did just that and got her first England goal. So it was good that, you know, to an extent she trusted me enough to know that I would do that on the pitch, and she was able to get the rewards of that. But there's a lot of talent coming through, there's a lot of competition, and I think right now we've got a good mix of, you know, young energy, experienced energy, and hopefully it's all starting to knit together a little bit. England are unbeaten in the Nations League so far, top of the group. How would you sum up this Nations League campaign so far? Obviously I wasn't a part of the first two games, but from afar watching and being in touch with the girls, I know they were very frustrated with the Portugal performance. I was a very, very proud lioness, you know, sat watching the Spain game. I think we showed glimpses of, you know, the old England with a bit of grit and determination and being able to put our bodies on the line and be able to get the game over the line. And we've then seen another different performance, you know, last week from us as well. So it's nice to see the evolution in such a short time. I know a lot of people, you know, have started questioning the team, but I think that shows the character of the team and a good place we're at, and everyone's buying into the system at the right time. Talking of timing, how key is it for this England team to peak at the right time before going into the summer's Euros? We did that last Euros. You know, we weren't perfect beforehand, but we turned up when it mattered, and that's the experience that we've got to bring into this next Euros. Again, the competition and the level of the Euros is even higher than the last one. The evolution of the game's been moving at such an incredible rate, but now we have to, you know, move with it as a team, evolve as a team, and be able to show that on the, again, a European stage what we can do.